Yes.
I always thought that Chinese loved their tea. Coffee is now growing?
Well, coffee definitely is still existing in China, but guess what? The younger generations are replacing the Chinese tradition with something more Western. So you've been to China many times and through the bigger countries that you see Starbucks and coffee shops everywhere. And guess what? It's one of the ways to show their luxurious lifestyle.
Okay, terrific. Stay with us. We will have more of that. As I said, a story about coffee in China. Well, folks, we'll be back right after this. Coffee is one of the most popular drinks in China today. In fact, there are more coffee shops today rising in the capital city. One coffee store owner is using a unique way to invite customers to taste more than just the popular drinks.
Wei Hanye is a native Beijinger. Since 19, he devoted himself into the coffee business. For so long, he was fascinated by the unique smell and delicious flavor.
The first time I tasted coffee, I was drawn to the flavor. It's something I had never tasted before. Starbucks was still new to China back then. Chinese people didn't understand how to appreciate this Western drink.
Wei was determined to learn more about coffee. He learned how to make it and came up with his own unique recipes.
I was so eager to pursue my own passion, but it was not easy. When I faced setbacks, I was frustrated. I knew I could do it, but somehow couldn't make it right. It seemed like something was missing.
Wei began spending more time away from his family. His wife felt he was no longer dedicated to the marriage and their children. Then one day, Wei met a Christian friend and shared his frustration and concerns. After a long talk, Wei realized what was missing. He became interested in going to church, and he made a decision.
The same day, before going to bed, I gave my life to Jesus. I wanted him to help me to become a successful coffee maker. I couldn't do it alone.
Wei took the opportunity to open his own shop in one of the most popular areas of Beijing. His business grew, and he started riding a bike delivering coffee to his customers.
It's like God suddenly opened a faucet. People started to come to my coffee shop. I was overwhelmed by blessings and provision. He taught me so much over the years.
Being the coffee shop owner more than 10 years, Wei was grateful about what God has provided for him. Gradually, he began to invite his customers to listen to his story, as well as encouraging young people in China to know about Jesus Christ.
People always ask me how I became successful today. It's important for them to hear my stories. It's not about me. God did it for me.
Every Friday night, Wei holds Bible study at his coffee shop. He is not afraid of people asking questions. He's passionate about sharing the gospel with everyone who comes in.
Wei is a great teacher. He's very patient when explaining different books of the gospel to us. His stories about God touched me.
Trying to make a living in large cities like Beijing and Shanghai, it's not easy. Wei sees more Chinese millennials are flooding to Beijing to pursue their dreams. He's planning to open up more coffee shops around the nation. The purpose is to invite more coffee lovers to his store and give them a chance to know how great his God is.
Being successful is not easy, but everyone has the opportunities to achieve their dreams by knowing God and following His principles.
Mengfei Li, CBN News, Beijing, China.
Thank you, Mengfei Li. Thank you so much for joining us on this special edition of Christian World News as we see what God is doing in the nation of China. Until next week, goodbye and God bless you.